Hello and welcome to the BMFL Week 9 recap. I am your well-rested, homoerotic leader, the CEO, Commissioner Eric Hodgers. Now, I apologize for leaving you all for so long. I know you must have been probably jonesing for a little bit of the commish, like a junkie needs his fix. A fairly good job filling in from Bushy B and T-Funk, but it was a bit like giving you a Red Bull when what you really needed was a really good hit of the crystal. Anyway, I'm back. Had a wonderful couple of weeks off, and I'm happy to say the batteries of my recap generator are completely recharged. So let's get into this week's recap, shall we? First game of the week, Sherlock Mahomes versus your mom. Now, while usually it's your mom getting pounded week after week, this week the tables were turned. Your mom donned the strap on and really gave one hell of an ass reaming to Sherlock Mahomes, who for some godforsaken reason decided, in his infinite wisdom, to start Dion Lewis over Ezekiel Elliott. He also left the highest scoring defense in the league, the Patriots, on his bench. Now, Eric, it's always good to check your lineup one last time, or just one time, before the game start on Sunday. I like Eric's team, but geesh, let's get a little on the ball here if you plan to make the playoffs, Eric. Your mom is right back into the thick of things, going to 4-5. Sherlock still looks good for the playoffs at 6-3, but he really needs to get out of his own way. Ben tired of losing versus Plan B. Now, a lot came to light in Week 7 when Ben tired of losing guest hosted the recap spot. Who knew he was an efficiency expert, and he was nice enough to build us a template that showed the weekly scorer positions for the upcoming weeks. Wow. That was some really impressive shit. Some people like to spoon feed the needy, but I like to make you work for it a little bit. Something else I learned about Ben. Now, I've known him for years, and I had no idea he was gay. I thought he was living with Kirk because of the free workout classes, and it was maybe someone to share the mortgage payment with. Anyway, this week Ben Tired got huge performances from a couple of Seahawks, getting 79 points combined from Russell Wilson and Lockett. And Plan B, although he put up a shit pile of points and would have beat any other team in the league, went down in defeat. But that's the break for old Carpenter Steve. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, and sometimes you just hit yourself in the dick with the hammer. Next game, the Real Slim Shady versus Angry Scrotum. Now, it must be nice to have that guy you know is always going to give you 30 plus points every week. And it really makes up for a lot of deficiencies. Exhibit A, the Real Slim Shady, who, without McCaffrey, let's be honest, would likely be stuck in Kirkville. Now, Angry Scrotum was the underperformer of the week, this according to his wife, and he also sucked at fantasy football too. The Grumpy Pouch is apparently so far ahead in his division he decided to take the week off, noting that, and I quote here, everybody else in my division blows goats. Slim Shady does gain a game in the division and improves to 5-4. Meanwhile, Ken falls to 7-2. Double Doinkers versus White Clawing Your Eyes Out. Don't look now, but there's a 155-pound stone sinking to the bottom of Lake BMFL. The now bottom-feeding White Clawing Your Eyes Out used a combination of 6 single-digit scoring losers to score somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 points. Double Doinkers didn't exactly set the league on fire with his scoring either, but he did get 18 from his idiot kicker to lead him to a victory. Double Doinkers improves to 4-5, tied for third place in the cheese. Kirk is left trying to White Claw his way up from the bottom of the league as he moves to a lowly 2-7, last place in the beer division. Oh, how I like Turfukti versus Sexual Chocolate. Now, on paper, this one is the easy one to call. On one hand, you have Mike, who took a ton of chances in the draft with nearly every one of his picks turning out kind of badly for him. And on the other hand, you have Turfukti, who drafted very solidly, was 5-3 coming in, and top to bottom has really got a high-performing lineup. Well, that is why we don't play fantasy football on paper. It's real, damn it! Actual Chocolate finally gets a game from Melvin Gordon and in addition gets 29 points from backup QB Matt Stafford to get a huge victory over one of the league favorites. Terfuckty falls to 5-4 when he could have made up some ground on the Cheese Division leader Sherlock Mahomes. Actual Chocolate moves to 3-6 and avoids being tied with perennial loser White Claw on Your Eyes Out, who is playing housekeeper all alone in the cellar of the BMFL clubhouse. Now, saving the best for last, we have yours truly, the commish, the CEO, the not last place team, the still alive in the playoff hunt, your heavenly host, the Alpha Daddy versus getting nickels and dimed. The Alpha has been on a tear lately, winning this week and 3 of the last 4, making every other team in the league just a little nervous. It wasn't a great scoring week for the commish, but more than enough to beat a team full of underperformers and head trauma patients. Nickels and Dime looks like he got hit in the head a few times himself, as he left 2 24-point scoring wide receivers on his bench and started one that didn't even play. Nickels and Dime takes a step backward to 4-5, and the Alpha steps on Kirk's head on his climb up the league ladder to 3-6. Good luck in this week's games. Until the next recap, this is your CEO signing off. And remember to get your pet spayed or neutered.